Now we have proportion problems. Many of you have worked with proportion problems, and especially the strategy called cross product, though some of you may know that as cross multiply. In the math world, we're trying to address this particular strategy as cross product because we're finding that many of our students forget that the only time we can use cross product strategy is when there is an equal sign. You need the format fraction equals fraction in order to apply this particular strategy. So if I had something that looked like A over B equals C over D, this is a perfect time to use cross product strategy. And I do that by taking the numerator of one times the denominator of the other and setting that equal to the numerator of one times the denominator of the other. So A over B equals C over D would yield the product AD equals BC. This is cross product strategy. So let's take a look at how this works for you. Let's say that we have the proportion 9 over B equals 8 over 3. And we will apply cross product strategy. So I have 9 times 3 equals B times 8. 9 times 3 is 27. B times 8 is 8B. Divide both sides by the coefficient of the variable. 27 divided by 8 is 3.375. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 1 times B is B. Now we're able to round this down to the nearest tenth. We don't need to be too terribly exact, but I do like to use a little squiggly lines instead of an equal sign so that it says approximately. So B is approximately equal to 3.4. So I know that in order for this proportion to be a true statement, B would have to be about 3.4. Let's take a look at another example of cross-product strategy when solving proportions. Let's say this time that we have the proportion 10 over y minus 1 equals 5/4. We'll apply cross-product strategy. So we have 10 times 4 equals 5 times y minus 1. 10 times 4 is 40. This 5 times y minus 1, we've got distributive property. So 5 times y is 5y. 5 times negative 1 is a negative 5. Get the constant terms on the same side of the equal sign. So we have 45 equals 5y. Divide both sides by the coefficient. And 9 equals y. Now let's go ahead and plug our answer back in and just verify that we got the right answer so that we can kind of, check ourselves a little bit, make sure that we're doing as well as we think we are. So let's rewrite our initial equation over here. We have 10 over y minus 1 equals 5 over 4. And instead of y, let's go ahead and plug in the value that we found for y, which is 9. So we have 10 over 9 minus 1, which is 8, equals 5/4. 10 and 8 are both even numbers, so we know that they're both divisible. Let's go ahead and divide both of those by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And notice we end with a true statement. This means that our solution of y equals 9 is the correct answer.